So you've just finished your GCSE exams and are about to go to a sixth form or college, whether you're ready or not. Here are some tips for your first day. Pencil cases. You'd be surprised how many people forget to bring the essential items for their very first day of school. If you're doing maths or science-based A-levels, bring a calculator and bring a good one. Make sure it can do logarithms, sin, cos, tan, and jump through all the hoops that you need it to, and one that can draw graphs for you is very beneficial, although unfortunately they're banned in the exam. Uniform. Not every school or college has a uniform for years 12 to 13, but some obviously do. If they ask you to buy a suit or a uniform, buy at least 2 to 3 different sets, as they will get a lot of use over the years. Have at least 3 to 4 ties, otherwise sooner or later a keen-eyed student will notice that you only wear 1 to 2 different ones, and you should be forever jibed at. The same with shirts. Try and avoid the typical lower school plain white t-shirts, and be creative. Personal appearance. Aside from your uniform, personal appearance can make a difference, especially on the first day, and even more especially if you're going into a new school or college. First impressions aren't always everything, but at 16 to 17 they are. You want to be smart but not rigid, giving the impression that you're creative but not a slob. Now for some general tips. Work ethic. This is probably the hardest thing to get right immediately. The jump from GCSE to A-level is huge. I know people say that all the time, and they're right. You won't need to spend 2 hours per subject per day, but a little revision at the end of the week will go a long way. I'd advise doing that. If anything, it reminds you of what you've done, so you're more prepared for the week ahead. It might also prove handy when you recollect something in a test you read weeks and weeks ago. Above all, when a teacher sets you homework, do it. Even if you think it's pointless, repetition is key, and it helps in both the short term and the long term. Also very important is not procrastinating. When you get a piece of homework, do it as soon as possible, if not the very same day. You might think that you have enough time to do it, say if it's in for tomorrow or next week, but rest assured you'll be assigned work from your other subjects which will just pile up and it won't do anything for your morale. Also, you're more likely to spend less time on a piece of work if you have more work to do. Therefore, it's better for your revision and your memory to do it as soon as possible. If for some reason you're unable to do the work that night, do the work that's in for the next day rather than the work that's in for next week. You'd be surprised how many people will do the work that's in for next week because it takes less time and it's easier than doing the work that's in for the day after tomorrow and then they get in trouble for it. It might sound boring, but it's better in the long run. A new school timetable. Most schools, if not all, will give their students free periods, often called private study. This will sound very stingy, but you will need to spend some of those periods revising, doing work, reading around your subjects, etc. AS and A2 courses are very demanding, so any time you can spare on revising, reading through your notes is priceless. Obviously don't have 15 minutes of sleep and stay up reading Shakespeare or doing quadratic equations, but the odd free period here and there, perhaps a few hours over the weekend, will do wonders for your memory. Also, don't be fooled by all the free time you have. You still need to maintain a healthy sleeping pattern to keep your mind alert and your memory active. Get roughly 7 to 8 hours of sleep, go to bed and wake up at a regular time. Studies have proven that a disrupted sleeping pattern can have repercussions on your attention span and memory for days after the disruption. Sleep is vital, don't underestimate it. After school activities. By all means, do the ones you want. Having football on Monday, tennis on Wednesday, swimming on Friday will help you keep a structured timetable for homework and revision, and will also make you more efficient during your free time, because you know you won't have that time later. It will also give you motivation for working, and exercise will help you maintain a healthy body and therefore a healthy and productive mind. Finally, rubbish teachers. Don't even get me started on them. Oh, too late. I had some shocking teachers for some of my subjects, which made it hard for me to think positively towards them. This is when real strength of character will shine through. If you ever use this teacher, then it's up to you to do the work that he or she is failing to teach. If you're given a textbook for your subject, then read it. Perhaps go out and buy some revision material such as the CGP books, or even watch some videos on this very channel. Buy files. Filing your notes, as well as handouts and any other helpful material, will be very beneficial when it comes to revising for exams or modules. Notes all over the place is not conducive to good revision. Having all your notes in one place makes it so much easier to revise. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. If your teacher is terrible at conveying information, then ask them a question about it. It's their responsibility to teach you, so ask them a question. If they mumble a person's name, ask them to repeat it or spell it. If they're going through an equation you don't understand, ask them to go through it again. Don't be afraid to look a bit silly in front of your friends either, because I guarantee you they're just joining in and inside their heads they're going, I don't understand this. And of course, if there is that one student who understands everything, then ask them, because I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help. When it comes to A-levels, it's all for one and one for all. I hope this video was useful for those of you going into 6th form or college. If you like this video, or would like to see videos on other topics, then please leave a comment or a video response. Thank you for watching. This has been a Study Guys production. Good luck.